welcome to another episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I'm Britt Rochelle.
And I'm Muffin.
And today we're going to do something a little different, another little special edition of GFAP. We've gotten into some light conversations before, about this topic, but we've quickly learned there's too many questions to be answered, and our tangents seem to go on much longer than they need to, so we decided to just dedicate an entire episode to this topic.
Because why not?
Today, I'm going to try and explain the game Kingdom Hearts to good old Muffin here, because he has never played it in his life. And I've been playing it for a few months now, and I'm close to beating it, I think. And I have not yet beaten it, so I'll only be explaining the story to a certain point. But I'm going to do my best. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Feel free to interject with any questions you might have. Also, if you need a more condensed version, because this will take the better part of an hour, saddle in, saddle up, or just go check out the Starbomb song, the simple plot of Kingdom Hearts, and then come back to me for further elaboration. Alright, so to start, I kind of want to look up the opening cutscene, because one thing I want to establish, this is a very, I think, well done hack and slash game. Like, there's not a lot of, like, key commands. You can do shortcuts for certain moves in terms of the mechanics, but a lot of it is press X to attack. You just make sure you have your special moves equipped in your special bar so that you do them. But let me look up this opening cutscene because, let's see. Because immediately, nothing makes sense.
Okay.
It's not. This is. Obviously, my initial reaction was, yay, Disney! I've wanted to play this game for quite a long time, and I'm finally doing it. Let's see how this game starts up. Oh, the point I was trying to make but never finished is a lovely little nickname I like to call this game is Sora's Quest for Cutscenes, because that's how you can tell you're making progress in the game. Is that it'll tell you what to do, but not necessarily how to go or how to do it immediately. So you have to kind of explore until you get there, and you'll know you've gotten there because a cutscene will start.
Gotcha.
Yep. This music is kind of iconic. If you hear about any fans like crying about Simple and Clean, this is what they're talking about. The soundtrack to this game is legendary. I listen to it all the time.
He's got some very large shoes.
He does. That's actually the hardest part about the cosplay is getting the shoes right, because people don't sell shoes like this, and that's fine. They're not supposed to, unless they should. I love a special edition Kingdom Hearts sneaker. I'll just say it. Good remix. The original version song isn't this boppin'. This is a remix, but.
So did he die?
Exactly. My main question that I'd like for you, if I hadn't told you, okay, I'll just let you finish. I won't make you watch every single cutscene in the game, but the opening is legendary, so.
And Snow White.
Yep, it's Snow White all of a sudden.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's still underwater, or
He was underwater.
You thought he was underwater.
Dude.
he was just drowning.
Yeah, we're not gonna do all openings, but yeah. So that's how they just throw you in. And if I had not told you his name prior in previous episodes or conversations, would you know who he is or what his name is?
I still don't know what his
You
name is.
still don't know. Okay, well this is Sora, and that is literally, as we've established how the game starts. You end up in that little room with the stained glass Snow White there, and that's where you'll pick your class. Which you can do the fighter, you can do there's a shield one, I guess it'd be more defense, and then magic. And that pretty much dictates your gameplay throughout the entirety of it. I went with the warrior. A lot of people do. It's a pretty standard choice because again, that's your most hacky slashy kind of thing. And yeah, so that's Sora. He's a young man on Destiny Islands with his best friends. That's Riku and Kairi. And they're all just best buddies hanging on Destiny Islands. And that's pretty much the first part of the game is you on Destiny Islands making friends with... There's some other kids on there, but these are the core three. There's not that many characters on there. And essentially, you're going around like collecting coconuts because you guys are going to go on this grand adventure. Coconuts. Yeah, you're on a beach.
Okay.
I think I have a picture up. Yep, that's Destiny Island. It's really sweet. You're like doing friendship things. You do a sword fight in this little section with Riku. And he's like this pompous, he's the tough guy, like, oh, I'm just so good at everything. And he's obviously pining over Kairi because, she's like, that they're all best friends. And he explains to Sora this legend of, I think it's like a pawpaw fruit. And it's shaped like a star, and if you share it with someone, your hearts are linked forevers. You'll always find each other in life, no matter where you are.
Oh.
It's very romantic, and it's really sweet because
he's trying to Cupid her.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he teasingly warned Sora about it because I think he's very jealous because Kairi obviously likes Sora more than he likes Riku, and Sora is playfully oblivious to all this. He just thinks he and Kairi are like besties for life. Kairi's obviously like smitten with him, and Riku's really jealous. So it's really cute. You're just hanging out with your friends, going on an adventure. Then disaster strikes. When this, let me look at the Destiny Islands fight. This giant heartless thing shows up. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. Here it is. Oh, it's so small. But this big old guy shows up, and you gotta kick his butt. And you kick his butt, you fall into like a darkness portal, and that's how you're pretty much introduced to the Heartless, which are little dark blobs that come in different shapes and sizes and just kind of attack you out of nowhere on everywhere you traverse.
Okay, so Homeboy's trying to essentially roofie the girl.
Not roofie.
With a fruit.
It's not a roofie. She doesn't pass it. Well,
trying to roofie the girl with a fruit.
No, let me finish.
I mean, that's what he would have been saying to her, but
No, he went, no. What? So when that darkness thing shows up, the big one, Kairi and Riku disappear, and all his other friends. They're all, like, he's all alone just fighting off these Heartless with a crappy little wooden sword. And these little guys, these are the most basic of Heartless. They're the smallest. They're the heartless little evil guys that run on all fours, so to speak.
So ants.
Yeah, I guess ants.
He's got his little antennas.
He's got shoes.
So did the ants in Bug's Life.
Did they?
They had fat feet. I would assume they were shoes.
I don't think they wear shoes in that show.
They look like shoes, okay?
And as you progress throughout the game, you'll find these Heartless come in lots of shapes and sizes. This is one of the bosses in Traverse Town, which I'll get to. Again, I'm not going to explain this in a linear fashion. I'm just not. I'm going to do my best. So that's a big guy. That's another big guy. He's not like as big as that guy, but he's a.
Why has he got screws on his chest?
That's his armor.
So he's screwing around?
Dude. Let's see. He's in Halloween Town, but shows up in other places.
It's a ghost.
It is a ghosty. We'll close that out, and we're not there yet.
I was gonna say, it's the hunter from Tarzan.
It is. It's Clayton. But we'll get to him. So you're fighting these Heartless, and it's funny that you mentioned roofies, because she doesn't get roofied. But throughout the first, 3/4 of the game, Kyrie is comatose.
Ah!
But
Roofied into a coma.
No, she lost her heart, because it was presumably stolen by the Heartless. Because that's what they do, is they go around stealing hearts. So that's why they're after Sora, because his heart is so pure and strong, and they want it. And so, yeah. So,
This game already is like, hey, you want to fight over a girl that's about to get roofied into a coma?
well, it starts.
And then fight some black things?
Well, it starts off so cute because it's about their friendship and it establishes the relationships, and suddenly disaster strikes, and Sora's this chosen one, and he gets plopped into Traverse Town, where you'll meet Donald and Goofy from the Disney movies.
Why are they in the game?
Well, because there's darkness and keyholes have been unlocked, and so King Mickey has gone missing, you see.
Oh.
And so Donald and Goofy go out to find him, but end up figuring out that they're on a quest to find the chosen one, the Keyblade wielder, who's going to seal all the keyholes and bring back pretty much peace to the worlds, and stop the crossover, because the Heartless are not supposed to be there. Obviously, if you've watched any Disney movie ever, and I'm not going to mention Final Fantasy a whole lot, even though it does play into the game, but I have not actually played Final Fantasy, so I don't have a lot of experience with that specifically. But, if you watch most Disney movies, they don't really intersect unless it's like a special, like on the Disney Channel. Like the Disney characters tend to stay in their world. Snow White tends to stay in her world. Aurora, I'm not counting Wreck-It Ralph here. Wreck-It Ralph doesn't exist yet.
Yet.
This came out in 2001. So to explain the crossover between worlds, and the keyholes have been unlocked, and so the walls are gone that usually keep those worlds separate, so they're all bleeding into each other, and it's causing a lot of mayhem. So Donald and Goofy go out to look for the chosen one, who they think will help them find their king and fix things.
How does Donald and Goofy know about this beforehand?
They don't. They just know King Mickey is missing, and so...
When did Mickey become a king?
That's a good question.
Just because he's the main logo of Disney does not make him a king.
He's the king of this world. I'm gonna look up the map, Kingdom Hearts map. Because that's another interesting mechanic we'll get to. Let's see. Yep, that's what I want, but I want it in the... There we go, this will work. If it's a good size, please, DeviantArt. I guess that's good enough. Oh, no, that's not good enough. That's a play map for Kingdom Hearts 4. That doesn't exist, by the way. It's just it's DeviantArt, so you can't trust it. It's a fan art is what it is. Trying to find a good map, and I don't see one. That's still DeviantArt. That's a storyline.
What's the Wikipedia one?
That's a timeline. That's totally different. I don't even want to get into that.
Oh, joy. There's more.
There's 3 games. Actually, 3 main games and a bunch of side games. Oh, I almost forgot about this one.
Why is...
We'll get there. Okay.
What is going on?
I'll just look up Traverse Town. Let's look up Traverse Town, because that's where we are now in the story of my explanation.
Yeah, dude, same. What is Traverse Town?
Well, this is Traverse Town. I don't know if I don't think it's Final Fantasy.
Have you ever played Sonic Unleashed?
No. And that's the werewolf one, right?
Yeah, this kind of looks like the town where Amy first goes. Is that Sonic? Okay. And the scientist is like, yeah, it was.
That's amazing.
That's what this looks like.
Well, this is Traverse Town, And you meet up, after fighting your way through a bunch of Heartless, you meet up with Donald and Goofy. Let me bring them up again. So you see he's a sorcerer.
This is already... Why is he a sorcerer?
Because he does magic.
Why is he wearing a punk jacket?
Because he can. Because
What is this game?
It's amazing, is what it is. And so you meet up with Sid, who I think is from Final Fantasy. Oh, that's not what he looks like in the game. That's not what he looks like either. There he is. That's our boy.
Oh, Naruto.
Nope.
He's actually from Final Fantasy.
He's from 10? Okay. Thank you. He's my resident Final Fantasy expert because I've never played it. But yeah, this is Sid, and he introduces you to a mechanic I fully don't understand and fully don't care about, I'm not gonna lie, which is gummy technology. So, after you meet up with Sid and go through all the thing with Donald and Goofy, you hop on your gummy ship and start going to different worlds. Because as the Keyblade wielder, which you've been told you are, and you have the ability to summon a Keyblade, that's how you fight your way through. You lose your shitty one sword, and then you get a Keyblade, and it's way more effective.
Okay, so
yeah,
how does he magically have this sword that he can just pull out of thin air? What changes that allows him to do that?
Magic.
He's the Keyblade wielder.
He's the Keyblade wielder. He's the chosen one.
So this is the whole alternate reality. Is like, hey man, you're the chosen one. He's like, what are you talking about? And they're like, just do this.
Pretty
and
much.
A magic sword comes out of nowhere.
Pretty much, and Sora takes this all in stride, by the way. He does not, he questions things, but even when he doesn't get an answer, he's like, cool, I guess I'm doing this. Because his main goal is to meet up with his friends, because they're lost. He doesn't know where they are. And so he gets on his little gummy ship, and, well, this is what it looks like. At least, this is the base one. This is the only one I've ever played with. Because there's a whole mechanic with Chip and Dale, where you can go to your gummy garage, and with gummies you collect throughout the game and through the space levels, because as you travel different worlds, you go through space. It's from Kingdom Hearts 3, so it's not...
So from what I'm hearing is the gummies are edibles, and you're hopping in the free candy van that they called a spaceship, and you're just shipping off down the road, going, hey man, we're in a different world now.
The dark truth about Sora.
The dark truth of Kingdom Hearts.
Literally, all this sounds like is this dude's hyped up on like heroin or something like that.
You can. It looks like people. Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't care about Kingdom Hearts 3. That's what.
I was about to say that looks like a Moogle.
It is a Moogle. Moogles are in the game.
Moogles are from Final Fantasy.
Yep, they're in Traverse Town, and you can take things that you find throughout the world and synthesize things like potions, and accessories.
Now they're wizards?
No, they're more like alchemists.
What is this game?
We should put up a what is this game counter. Times Josh asks.
What is that, number 4 now?
So easily. So
why is there a Genshin Impact?
I have no idea. I don't know what that is. That's not related to Kingdom Hearts 1. This is more what we're looking at. Is you're traveling to different worlds, and your goal is to you're looking for Kairi, and in order to do that, you are traveling to these different worlds, which are essentially different Disney IPs. So the first place you end up is actually you go to Wonderland first. And you go, you end up in like that little rabbit hole. That
Alice in Wonderland.
Yep, Alice in Wonderland. You travel through the rabbit hole, and you're actually accused by the evil queen, who apparently has nothing to do with this darkness business, even though every other Disney villain does. And Alice is under trial for like stealing tarts or something, like in the movie. Except Sora pops in and is like, no, she didn't, and fights the cards and all the Heartless that are around, and your goal in that world is essentially find evidence to prove that Alice isn't guilty, which ends up being a moot point when she gets kidnapped, because she's one of the princesses of Heart. and the Heartless want her heart power.
What?
Yep. Yeah, that's where that is. So you see all the keyhole there, and then you're off to... And all this time, again, you're looking for Kyrie, or you're supposed to be anyways. Oh, what's the next one? It was the Deep Jungle. So you're going to Tarzan Land next. And I think it's about here you start... Oh, let's see here. There we go.
Oh, so they have Tarzan.
Yep. That in each of these worlds, at least I don't think it's in. It doesn't start in Wonderland. I do think it starts here. You can exchange your party members for the main characters in these movies. So Tarzan's fighting the Heartless alongside you.
Okay.
Yep, he's there, and you'll fight. That's nope, wrong one. There we go. And your end boss in this world is Clayton, because he's still hunting gorillas. And
Now he uses Heartless.
Well, he's teamed up with Maleficent and a lot of other Disney villains to harness the power of darkness and take over everything.
Maleficent wasn't even part of Tarzan?
Nope, she wasn't part of any other Disney movie except for hers. But, yep, she's the ringleader of all this. It's good old Maleficent. She's the ringleader. And, you know, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with the timeline on this, but I think everyone is, unless it's literally like your profession to know about Kingdom Hearts. But throughout the search for his friend, Sora ends up finding Riku first, who is also looking for Kairi. Apparently he doesn't care as much about Sora, because his main goal is to find Kairi, obviously.
Yeah, he roofied her. Why not?
He didn't roofie her. They don't share a Palpo fruit. They didn't.
Roofie?
No.
You said she fell into a coma.
That
so
was
she
not
got
related to the
roofied.
fruit. No, I didn't say that. Kairi offered the fruit to Sora, which went right over Sora's damn head and made Riku jealous.
Kairi tried to roofie Sora.
If that's what we're going with, no, we're not going with that. It's cute and innocent. These are kids we're talking about. They're like 12.
Yeah, kids don't know what a roofie is until it says, "Hey, Mom, you know,
No, we're not.
person's
no.
out."
No. Okay. So Riku is on his own quest to find Kairi, but he's going about it a bit different, because Sora is essentially harnessing the power of friendship by befriending Donald and Goofy and helping them. They're kind of helping each other out. Whereas Riku has joined forces with Maleficent and wants to harness the power of darkness, because he thinks that darkness will make him more powerful and help him find Kairi and bring her back sooner.
Okay.
Yep. And so you're pretty much going throughout these different worlds. There's also... Yeah, that's still Traverse Town. You'll go back and forth between Traverse Town and everything else quite a lot, actually. So, like, after Wonderland, you're pretty much going through, like I said, it's a series of these movies, so you'll go through, what's it? I don't remember the specific sequence, but you'll go through, like, obviously you'll fight Clayton and Tarzan. You go to Atlantica at some point, and you'll fight, Ursula. You'll go to Agrabah, fight Jafar, and you do get to explore the Cave of Wonders. I thought they were gonna like juke me out on that one, but no, you fight around the Cave of Wonders. I think you do fight the Cave of Wonders at one point, and then you can go exploring in it, because you gotta find the keyhole man.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're basically looking for Kairi, going to all these different Disney worlds. And yes, Nightmare Before Christmas is one of them. You do fight Oogie Boogie in 2 phases. And his second phase... Well, both phases of this game are such a pain, and I hate them both. And the second one's actually a lot better, though.
Back to the story.
Yeah, back to the story. So, let's see. You go through all those worlds. Eventually, you're gonna... Alright, I think I'm done with you. Okay, so to explain the Winnie the Pooh thing. So, as you're going back and forth to Traverse Town to level up and get items, refresh yourself, mostly your items and potions, because as you're fighting through these enemies, you'll get usually. Sorry, I'm trying to think, like 3-4 types of drops. So you'll drop some kind of combination from the Heartless of health, mana, money, and sometimes you'll just get stuff like ether and stuff like that. Or sometimes they'll drop potions or components for potions. And you can train up your magic and practice your skills with the wizard from Fantasia, who is also in cahoots with the fairy godmother somehow.
Now Shrek is thrown in the mix.
Yep. And Winnie the Pooh's kind of like a side mission thing, because another thing, those enemies, it's not usually dropped by enemies. They're in like these chests around the world. You'll find things like torn pages that will allow you to go back to the sorcerer's or the magician's house, fix the book, and then you can play in a Winnie the Pooh level, like a little Winnie the Pooh side quest, because you're completing that book and fixing his world because everyone's gone missing because of these daggum heartless.
So what is this book?
It's the Winnie the Pooh book.
So in every world you go to, you're finding pages to the book of the story?
In a sense, yeah. I don't know. It's in... Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Okay.
There's a lot of different things going on. Also...
It sounds like it.
Also, there's a whole side quest where you're going around and the 101 Dalmatians have also been missing, so you're looking to find the puppies.
Oh, so you're Cruella in one bit. Gotcha.
No, you're not Cruella. You're fixing what... No, actually, Cruella hasn't shown up yet, surprisingly. You're looking for the puppies. They've gone missing, but... No, Cruella hasn't shown up yet. You don't go to, like, Dalmatian Land or anything. Just kind of have a house in Traverse Town.
Oh, okay.
I think they just throw stuff in there because they have access to the IP.
Yeah.
Cruella succeeded.
No, they're not dead, because as you find the puppies, when you revisit the house, Pongo and Perdita have a gift for you, and more puppies start appearing in the apartment.
Who the hell are those two?
Okay, those are just the mommy and the daddy puppies. Keep up. they're
Like simple.
I watched it when I was like 5. How am I gonna remember?
Dear Watson.
And another good way to level up is by exploring.
Dang, it's the girl that got roofied.
Yes, that's Kyrie, and she's not roofied. And I'll explain that when I get there. We'll get there when we get there.
She's just in a coma from, whatever.
Well, you'll also go to like Neverland, and you'll learn to fly, which is awesome.
Oh,
I love the flying mechanics.
Peter Pan.
Yes, literally Peter Pan.
That's Kyrie.
Oh. Go to the clock tower, because that's literally my favorite section in the whole game. I'm not looking at the walkthrough. I don't want merchandise from Etsy. Anyways.
Hey, look, it's right there. Scroll down.
This?
What's that? To the right.
Nothing related to this. It's okay. We don't get to see it. It's fine. You'll see it in my review when it comes out.
A way to throw a sponsor in there.
Self-sponsored. But
Not if I have anything to blur about that.
fudge.
Okay.
But yeah.
So there's Shrek. There's Peter Pan.
There's no Shrek.
There's Fairy Godmother, so there has to be Shrek.
No. Okay.
There's a Wendigo.
Oh, well, this is Hollow Bastion, where you're ending up going. This is your end goal, because this is where this is where it hits the fan. This is where everything ends up.
Did you ever see the movie The Lorax?
No.
And I'm the problem. That looks like the I can't think of his name. The guy that made the Thneed. Yes, the Wunsler. It looks like the Wunsler's house.
Well, this is Hollow Bastion. This is where you'll meet with the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and as you're exploring these worlds and unlocking you're closing keyholes. Actually, you're getting a bunch of keyblades which power you up, and they're great. But
are they all the same?
No, they each have their own design and attributes. So you're on your way to Hollow Bastion with the beast in tow, because he's not leaving without Belle, because all the other princesses are being kidnapped, because again they've got like really strong pure hearts, so the Heartless want those to, I guess, release Kingdom Hearts. I haven't gotten to that part of the story. That'll be a whole other episode. But
Oh, there's gonna be more of this.
there might be, if your nose doesn't start bleeding from the absolute madness. But so here is where it gets even more dicey, because this is where you finally meet Maleficent. No, that's different. That's still different. This is where you meet Maleficent. And again, she's like, you think she's the big bad. She's like
She's literally a demonic witch. She's bad.
She is bad. But before you fight her, Riku is still influenced by the darkness, and as the game progresses, you'll see as he gets more and more influenced, he's getting more and more testy. Not just because he wants to find he's found Kairi in Neverland essentially, and he doesn't know how to bring her back, so he's going to keep trying with like the power of the darkness. And so you get to Hollow Bastion and you fight Riku, and then you fight like Dark Riku. Sorry, messing myself up. You fight Riku first, then you fight Maleficent.
Okay.
Then she turns into a dragon and you fight her again, because Riku somehow also has a Keyblade and essentially unlocks the darkness in Maleficent's heart, so that after she's been defeated, which gives her the strength to turn into her most powerful form.
Where did he get a blade?
If y'all know the answers, let us know, because again, I've played this game and I don't know. But yeah, so he's got a Keyblade now. I think it has something to do with the fact he's being possessed by this guy named Ansem, who's he's the actual ringleader. She's kind of like the figurehead, and she does a lot of the bidding.
Oh, so she's the fall guy. Gotcha.
Yeah, she's the fall guy. This is Ansem. He wants to collect the hearts and unleash Kingdom Hearts and all that stuff that I haven't gotten to yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's possessing Riku, and so this is actually one of the... Well, it's not as hard as the Maleficent dragon, but, he's, possessed and stuff, so he's a lot stronger than he was. And so once you defeat Riku, what was it? You figure out that he's actually been possessed by Ansem. Ansem's the real guy behind all of this. And you find out you've got 2 heartbeats, because the reason that Kairi has been comatose, especially the reason Kairi's been out pretty much the whole game, is because when whatever happened on Destiny Islands happens, she had given her heart to Sora, figuratively and literally. So Sora has Kairi's heart inside of him.
This makes no sense at all.
I would say that's cheating.
And so Ansem figures this out, and so does Sora, because he just tells him, I guess. And Sora takes his little Keyblade and just kills himself to release Kairi's heart and give it back to her so she can come back.
I don't think that's how that works. But then again, there's Winnie the Pooh in this game. For some reason.
It's my happy place, okay? The Winnie the Pooh levels are like they're where a lot of the mini games are. So if you need to calm down from an epic boss battle, you just go see your old pals in the 100 Acre Wood, and it's so calming and wholesome, and I love it.
Right, and then on your trip back, why don't you go pop in and see Fairy Godmother?
I mean, yeah, she's the one who gives you your summons.
The Three Stooges while you're at it, or something.
Well, as you progress through the game, you go back and visit Fairy Godmother, and she'll give you summons who will also aid you in your quest.
Fairy Godmother was bad in the Shrek films. Why is she helpful?
She is helpful in Cinderella, the original cartoon. Well, it's not the original, the original Disney one, anyways. She's the one who gives Cindy her dress, and the carriage, and the pumpkin.
Yeah, I know Cinderella.
Yeah. So it's the nice one, not the one from Shrek.
Let's go ahead and chalk it up to number 5 now. What is this game?
Well, Fairy Godmother gives you summons that will help you. The least helpful one is Dumbo. Dumbo just shoots mana out at you, I guess.
Why is Dumbo there? Why?
Because you summoned him.
Can't have a game without
The big
Dumbo.
elephant ears
You ride him.
are not... No, you did not ride him.
You do.
He
He
flies
does
around.
like a water spray. He attacks people with water. And actually, I lied. The least helpful one is actually Bambi, who just.
Why is Bambi there?
He does not seem like he needs to be on the
He just he's the prince of the forest. He hops around giving you mana bubbles.
Is it
Bambi was... No.
As
No.
long as it was the grown-up Bambi, right?
No, it was baby Bambi.
Why?
Of course, baby Bambi's there. He ain't got a mother to tell him no.
Technically not just adult Bambi.
Oh my
Well-
god.
Well, Tinkerbell is. I'm just gonna say it. She's kind of a two-faced bitch, which should go figure.
Did you not see Peter Pan?
No, I saw Peter Pan, but I thought she learned thought she'd learned about friendship, but she didn't, because she was the only reason I survived the fight with Maleficent, the second one, in the first place. Because if you summon Tinkerbell, her main buff is that she'll heal you periodically, because Donald won't. I
Yeah,
mean,
Donald's useless.
when he's useful, he's great. But when most of the time, no, he's not. He's terrible. And honestly, so is Goofy. But no, it's interesting. It's a little bit of an aside, but if you re-explore the levels after you get through Hollow Bastion, you can talk to Tinkerbell in the ship again in Neverland, and she'll take you back to the clock tower, where I thought I was gonna just float around and vibe like I usually do in Neverland, and no, there's a whole ghost fucker that he's terrible and I don't like him. I haven't beat him yet. He's another optional boss.
So Tinkerbell's trying to kill you.
Yeah, at least she succeeded. But
Okay, skill issue or not.
it is a skill issue purely. But back to the story. So you've killed yourself essentially with a Keyblade to bring back Kyrie, which works, which angers Ansem because that's a no. He wanted Kyrie's heart, so he realizes if Sora's still around, he's not gonna be able to succeed. So Riku comes to his senses, and with what light and goodness he has left in him, kind of holds Ansem back enough for everyone to escape. Except for Sora. Because due to his fuckery with the Keyblade, he has now become a Heartless. Because he gave his heart to Kyrie to bring her back. And it's adorable, kind of, because it's kind of heartbreaking, because, he's a Heartless. He's a bad little guy now. But you get to play as a Heartless for a short period of time as you wander around Hollow Bastion. And then you just kind of hop around. You can't do anything. You can't attack anybody, but you can, run and jump and explore, I guess.
Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes.
Exactly, but he would do it again to save Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
I think he did.
Yeah, it turns out that sucked. I'm never doing that again. Get your own heart.
But thanks to Kyrie, because she's the goat, apparently.
She got roofied and was put into a coma. How is she the goat?
Because she's a magical princess, apparently.
And now she's a princess.
She's one of the
Ladies and gentlemen, get her a crown. She's a princess.
She's one of the princesses of Heart. They're the main Disney princesses plus Kyrie. And so Sora shows up as a Heartless. There's this whole battle that you don't engage in because it's a cutscene. But, you don't look any different from any of the other Heartless, but you do act sort of different because obviously you can't attack while everyone else is. So Kyrie sees through Sora's heartlessness, essentially gives him a hug and brings him back to form.
Smart move. It's what I would have done.
I would have let him suffer.
But
I just would have let him suffer.
He gave his life to save her and bring her heart back. He's the only one who could have done it.
Sucks to suck.
She gave him her heart for a reason.
Sucks to suck. Bye. Suffer. Cope. Seethe. I don't.
So yeah, he's back to Sora form now, and
he has a Mickey blade.
No, that's just kind of a symbol of his class. That's what it looks like when you choose a warrior class in the beginning.
Gotcha.
So you've left Hollow Bastion.
Oh dear God. There's more.
Yeah, that's not where the game ends.
You don't know where the game ends, so how would you?
Because I've gotten past this point.
Oh my God. Okay, continue.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, next you go back to Traverse Town where you meet up with Kairi and some of the other characters from Final Fantasy VII, like Aerith and Yuffie.
I played Dissidia. That's all the characters I know from Final Fantasies.
Yep. And, yeah, then, so you've saved Kairi, hoorah, yay. Part 1 of the quest done after, like, 30 hours of gameplay. And then you have to go back for Riku, obviously, because he had a change of heart. And now you gotta go save your buddy. So you gotta go back to Hollow Bastion.
No.
And so you go...
He did a thing. He gets to live with it.
But he deserves redemption because they're friends. It's the power of friendship.
No. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'd let him suffer.
You said that at the beginning.
That's why you're not a Keyblade wielder.
That's why you're not a Keyblade wielder.
I would have just let everybody suffer and been like, hey man, I got this cool blade. Watch. Disappears. Bring it back. Disappear. Bring it back. You want to see a magic trick? Poof. There it is. I don't give a crap about all these other people. Why would I want to go meet Winnie when I can read his damn book?
Why would you just read the book when you could meet Winnie?
I don't really care about the bear. Don't really care.
My heart.
Well, you might fall into a coma. Be careful.
I'm just going to turn into a Heartless right here. So, you're trying to go back to Hollow Bastion when you end up at...
Hollow Bastion.
Nope. You go back to Hollow Bastion, yes. You go to the end of the world. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, don't forget that part, because, you know, you search up End of the World and it's everybody's conspiracy theories.
Yeah. But yeah, so you end up in this, like, desolate wasteland. That's the end of the world.
He's a mermaid.
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, that is a thing I forgot, apparently. When you go to each world, when applicable, you acclimate to that territory, so to speak. So it's an underwater world, so yeah. He turns into a merman.
And Donald became a squid.
Yep.
A squawk.
Goofy's changed too, but you can choose to have Ariel in your party instead of Donald or Goofy. So Ariel actually fights alongside you for a little while. She's apparently not a Princess of Heart somehow.
No, because she got her voice for, you know, lust.
Fair enough. That's actually a really good argument. But yeah, so the end of the world is like this desolate purple area which is not Kingdom Hearts, but you're getting closer to it. Kingdom Hearts is a concept I've barely scratched the surface on. Because, again, even though I've played this game for 30 plus hours, I don't know what it is.
I would have been lost halfway through the game, and I would have given up.
Like, a lot of this game, I feel like for... Actually, I wouldn't know what it is for Final Fantasy VII players. I'd have to ask one. If one would like to chime in at any time. But for me, as a Disney person, I'm just playing this game going, wow, this is so cool! Winnie the Pooh! Winnie the Pooh! And so you're going through the end of the world, going, collecting stuff and fighting more Heartless. You get to these... I don't even know how to search up these images, so I'm not going to try. I'll have to see if... I'll have to lend Mr. Editor Man some game footage to throw in here. So you're going through each of these... You're jumping through to, like, different columns, which have pillars of light and flame that send you back to worlds you've already visited, like Wonderland, the Jungle, Nightmare Before Christmas Land, that kind of stuff, but it's all darker and more tough enemies and more Heartless. And right now, to get to the next phase of the game, which, again, I'm getting there. It's kind of hard. I had to go back and level up because I was way underpowered. But this is where I'm at right now, fighting this damn thing. Okay, the Chernobog from Fantasia.
A gargoyle.
Kind of. He's more of a demon.
Okay.
Yeah. And
a glorified bat.
And I'm hoping I don't know how many more bosses I have past here. But
with everything that's going on up to this point, probably a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even mention the Olympus level, which is kind of like a tournament. You go against a bunch of Heartless in different teams, and you use those to like level up and get different achievements. So, in order to get the Keyblade for that world and seal the keyhole, you have to win. There's a Phil Cup, like Phil Atides, the Pegasus Cup, which is a level up from that, and then the Hercules Cup, which is like the top with an asterisk. We'll get to that in just a second. So once you win the Hercules Cup, you'll get some new abilities, seal up the keyhole in Olympus, and then you'll get more options, such as the Hades Cup, which is so each tournament's like usually about 5 to 10 seeds depending on the difficulty, whereas the Hades Cup is like 50.
Okay.
And you're fighting a bunch of big bads plus normal Heartless. And then there's a bunch of question marks. Spoilers ahead, I guess, but it's Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know if you care. But you hit the question marks, and One Winged Angel starts playing, and you're faced with Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
Which I will show you what he looks like and even play a little bit of the song.
Because why not?
Yeah,
you know, there's already so much going on.
Sephiroth. Kingdom Hearts. There we go. Or PS3, I guess. That's fine. It's pretty epic, actually. What the hell is that Keyblade? Oh, that's a bad place to pause it. There we go, that's a better place, I guess. So yeah, he's a very powerful big bad guy. He's the big bad guy in Final Fantasy VII as well.
Alright.
Yep. So that's a whole...
He's the one that could defeat the main villain.
Actually, yeah. But he'd definitely be on the side of darkness and heartlessness. But see, like, he only hit you a few times, and look at that health bar. It's already at half.
Skill issue. If you're just bad at fighting games, you say so. Must we go back to the Dragon Ball Z?
That's not even that's not even the same genre, for one.
It's a fighting game.
That's a different kind of fighting game.
Fighting.
This is a hack and slash with a lot more going on.
Sorry.
You better be.
Let's find a like a 1v1, hack and slash like Final Fantasy, and then we'll come back to that.
Final Fantasy's not 1v1, is it?
I mean, it does have a fighting game.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. It's a pretty good one, actually.
Oh, I'll have to watch it. We should have a movie night where we watch the Final Fantasy movie.
Which one?
The good one. I don't know, the one you guys talk about a lot.
Head and Children.
I didn't realize there was a movie.
There's multiples, apparently. I didn't realize there were multiples.
It's a really good animated movie that she's talking about.
Yeah.
That I talk about.
Yeah, so this is where I'm at. I'm probably going to have to do a part 2 for the rest of the game. Because, again, I haven't beaten it. And I didn't realize it would take me this damn long. But I also kind of anticipated it taking this damn long. So I guess I just didn't know what order of which I was going to address it. Because, good lord. But yeah, What are your thoughts? You got any questions?
Just one question.
What's that, Muffin?
What is this game?
A beautiful hack and slash platformer where Final Fantasy and Disney collide.
No.
I guess my next question for you, my dear co-host, is going to be, do you think you will ever play this game?
Probably not. If I wanted a headache, I would. Just from the amount of puke content that's on here. Because they just go, ha! Alright, who rolled the dice? We got Mickey.
No,
Alright, Mickey's in the game.
That's Oogie Boogie's level. His whole boss fight is playing roulette. And you have to land on him in order to even deal him damage.
Okay. My point still stands. What is this game?
It's...
and why is there 3 of them?
There's a 4th one coming. Actually,
why?
There's more! Wait! But wait! There's more! I'm gonna close all these out. And this is actually gonna be a good way to end it because, again, I know this is my first foray. I've just scratched the surface on this Kingdom Hearts journey. Let's look up a Kingdom Hearts timeline. Because apparently everything that happens in all of these games is canon, including the mobile game. Let's see here. Yeah, the official media in chronological order. Let's see, Kingdom Hearts back cover, Union X, Kingdom Hearts Dark Road.
Just slide down.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So
You could literally just click the image there and it tells you.
There we go. So yeah, there's all these games first. And then eventually we'll get to Kingdom Hearts. And then we'll get down to here. Oh,
2, 3.
Yep. It's coded 3D Dream Drop Distance. I think Birth Before Sleep is supposed to come before. Yep. Or Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep comes before Kingdom Hearts. So there's prequels. Kingdom Hearts is the first one to come out chronologically. What?
Scroll to the bottom. Weird.
Yeah, so, yeah, Kingdom Hearts was the first game to come out chronologically, but in terms of the timeline... Yep. I'm probably going to focus on playing the main 3.
She didn't even get to Roxas.
That's in 2. Obviously I haven't gotten to Roxas. I've played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 2, but I never got past, like, the opening part when they're, like, eating their ice cream, because I got excited to play a Kingdom Hearts game, but it didn't feel right not to start with 1, so I just kind of put the controller down and played something else.
Yeah, no. Adding Roxas to that whole thing was unnecessarily madness.
I can't wait to play it.
This feels like Call of Duty.
You thought Sora was complex? Wait until you meet
Roxas.
El the Destroyer of Stories.
This is just Call of Duty with a different name.
No, it's not! How is this
How many?
To Call of Duty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Some of those are remixes.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 22 games of the exact same game.
Not the exact same game. They put different Disney movies in
Oh my god. That's just like saying Call of Duty's not the same. They've got different content in every game. It's the same damn thing!
It's not!
It is too.
The gummy
You
travel...
start the game, you get a key. You start the game, get a key.
Apparently the gummy travel isn't as prevalent in the later games because people did not like it.
It wasn't good.
I don't like it at all. Actually, in my Twitch chat, I've gotten comments from people going, why don't... Okay, here, let me give you an example. The one time, actually... the second time, I seriously tried to do the garage thing and build my own ship. Because some guy heckled me... He was good-natured, but he still heckled me in the comments asking me why I've not upgraded my gummy ship from V1. And I was like, well, because I wanted to get through the story, and I didn't want to, mess around with the ship. And he was like, well, you could at least put some better guns on it. So I told him, that's fair. So I went into the garage and almost cried after like 10 minutes because I'm trying to rearrange the pieces or build the blueprints. I've got all these gummy pieces that I've gotten throughout my travels. I don't know what goes where. I'm trying to just build it by blueprint and it's not working because it says I have insufficient pieces. I can't, the moving mechanics of the parts is not intuitive and the tutorial sucks. So I couldn't even hardly get out of the garage without struggle. I was like, okay, I'm struggling too much with this. I don't want to waste that much time on this. I want to get out, and I couldn't even get out of the garage.
So you build Legos in this game.
They're gummies. They're gummy blocks.
So you build Mega Blocks in this game.
No, they're Mega Blocks.
That is more preferable.
There's too much going on in this game.
Yeah, that's fair. I can agree with that.
I feel like they just did a Mad Lib and said, all right, what else are we adding? And it's like this long of a sheet, and it's all just empty spaces. And blank, and blank, and blank, comma, blank.
Deborah, you can only use vocabulary from the Disney IPs or Final Fantasy.
Nope. Nope. This is too much.
But there's there's a lot of good story in there about friendship and...
Oh, yeah, and getting roofied.
No, stop with that. There's nothing about roofies. No, it's like I think my favorite part is there's really good, and within the madness, actually really good, like, heartfelt story about friendship. Right. And some of my favorite nuances is where actually Riku and Sora encounter each other early-ish in the game. I'd say about a quarter of the way through, and like whenever Neverland happens, and Riku kind of chastises Sora, and he's like, well, at least I'm trying to find Kairi. What have you been doing this whole time? Where have you been? And in fairness, Sora's been doing what he thinks is the right thing and traversing all these worlds and saving people along the way as he encounters them to help with Kairi. But thinking of it in a meta sense with gameplay and stuff, yeah, sometimes you are just kind of messing around. So yeah. Because Riku is good-natured. He's just going about it the wrong way and is letting a lot of his own emotions and insecurities kind of influence his decisions.
So he's a child.
They're all literally 12. So yes, he's a child.
What a great way to traumatize children. Hey, man, you want to go on this quest? Go through different worlds, mess with different things, and you remember that animal that your mom and dad used to read you about, Winnie the Pooh? You get to meet him!
It's so cute!
And then you get to meet, all these other things that are gonna traumatize you, and then, you get your, behind beat by some dude with a 20-foot blade for some reason.
Up until you get the Beauty and the Beast one, what's it called? The Nightmare Before Christmas Keyblade has the best reach.
There's too much in this game. You need to stop.
Never.
It is time to stop. 22 is too much. You're borderlining Call of Duty.
But Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out.
No.
That's a totally different conversation, but they did change a lot of the aesthetics of Kingdom Hearts 4, so that's going to be interesting. It looks more like Final Fantasy now.
So what, is he 14 in or Kingdom Hearts 4?
Well, I don't know. I haven't played 2 or 3 yet.
Oh my god.
I think that's a really good way to wrap up this very special episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I did my best to explain Kingdom Hearts. I know it's kind of a mess and all over the place, but quite frankly, so is this game. If you have any notes on future episodes I may or may not do, I don't want to give Josh here any secondhand trauma. But if you have any extra notes for me, I hope you will let me know. Until next time, I am Britt Rochelle.
And I am the very stressed out muffin.
All my stuff can be found at BrittRochelle.com. DM me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, please like and share. Spread the word. Let everyone know about my stuff as well as our joint project here.
As always, still Twitch.
He does have a link tree, though.
It'll be on screen.
And we'll see you next time.